Make it.
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? I'm super excited to get with you guys today because today is Hump Day, and when it's Hump Day, it's the Sports Lounge Media. I'm excited to be here, guys. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to unfold. But what's good, everybody? We are locked in to the Sports Lounge Media Show, live from our screen to your screen. I am your host, and we got our other host here right above, Mr. Mark Crandall. And also, you guys know Sarai. What's good, guys? How you guys doing today?
It's good. It's good.
I'm
Awesome.
doing good. A little under the weather, so excuse me tonight, y'all.
Yeah. And tonight we're diving into the stories that shake up the league from coast to coast. Vegas is rising. Seattle is back in the game. Luka's out there putting up MVP, an MVP clinic, and out there putting up another putting up a MVP stats. We got a wild rookie of the year race, and of course, it is time for who's really built to win it all. Let's get into it, y'all. It's that time. Welcome to the lounge.
Yeah, it's that heat, no chill, all flame. Sports Lounge Live, we never play no games. Talking stats, trash, take stat, ignite. Step in the ring, bring facts and take flight. Sound up, lights flash, it's about to explode. Every mic drop heavy, every angle reload. From the court to the field, we call it how it feel. No script, just skill, this debate getting real. Sports Lounge Media, where fire meets the mic. Say what you mean, cause we don't do polite. Welcome to the lounge.
The Sports Lounge Media Show is brought to you by Cali Built Graphics. Welcome to the lounge.
You turn the simple into magic. Turn the background to a classic. Love ain't just in February, no. It's late night calls when your heart feels heavy. It's slow jams playing in a park that I'm Chevy. A real thing, baby, we don't move petty. Love ain't just in February, yeah. Sunday sweats and your big t-shirt ready. Every month you're my Valentine. Love all year, you're my favorite sign.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Sports Lounge Media. So let's start with the Las Vegas and the Seattle expansion. So let's start. We're live here again from your screen to our screen. The official NBA officially welcoming two new franchises as of today. They voted, and it looks like they have the green light for the upcoming 27-28 seasons. That's what they're looking at. One of the names they're looking at is the Las Vegas Vipers or the Las Vegas Vipers or the Las Vegas Dealers. Vipers sounds kind of a little bit better because they have
Dealers?
They need the spades.
something. And Seattle, Supersonics. Man, I love those names. Whatever it is, I don't care as long as it's in Las Vegas. It'll be cool, and long as they bring those Supersonics back, I think that's legendary as well. Sounds like royalty and reign and all in one. Vegas has gone from no sports team to a decade ago and being one of the premier sports hub. They have the Golden Knights, the Raiders, the Aces, the A's, and now an NBA team. The energy is insane. The question now is, who's running the show? Rumors say that LeBron and Rich Paul. Some people are saying Magic Johnson. Some people are saying Shaq. Might be a part of the Vegas ownership group, and all alone bringing the instant star power, which I think that's what Las Vegas can bring, is a lot of star power here, as we've seen with the Las Vegas Aces. Meanwhile, Seattle finally gets his basketball soul back after a heartbreak of losing the Sonics. With a new arena, young ownership group led by tech investors and hungry fan base ready to erupt. Two cities, two missions. Vegas is all about entertainment and instant success, where Seattle is all about heritage and redemption. Who do you think makes the most noise first? Yeah, baby. That's a loaded question. I know, guys.
It's gonna be Seattle.
Yeah, I was gonna say I might. You know what? I might look into when they become a team. Maybe.
I'm for me, you know,
Screw both of you.
obviously it's been approved by all 30 teams to explore bids and applicants. They're saying for exclusively for those two cities. So we know that's set. Now, they're saying it's going to generate offers in between $7 and $10 billion for the range, and it's actually targeting not the 27-28 but the 28-29 seasons is what's out there. But when it comes to the generation, I think because of the Supersonics and leaving, I just think of, OKC has won a title. I mean, think of Cleveland in the NFL. Think of how horrible the Cleveland Browns are. But yet that stadium is always packed. They left Cleveland, ended up in Baltimore, won a Super Bowl, and same concept. So hopefully Seattle might be able to stir up those things. Las Vegas, for them, obviously you're going to see the star power coming in there, and the biggest reason is taxes, state taxes, when it comes to getting their paychecks, things like that. So you're not going to deal with a lot of things compared to California taxes and every other, state that is ridiculous. But I think Seattle's going to have a better upside just because of the history that the Supersonics had. So that's my take on that.
I think I'd probably go on a different take. So, yes, Seattle Sonics do have history. I think that's what's going to really, I think, kind of put them out there in the market again is the history. But I think Las Vegas is a very proven sports market. And they already have a fan base that is already ready made. And so I think with all the star power, it being that marketable market for NBA. I mean, they also have a lot of fandom for, like Mike said, NHL, the Aces. I mean, we were just there last year for the Aces playoffs, and it was crazy. For the Raiders, I mean, you have those diehards that are there, and so I feel like maybe Las Vegas, I think, might be able to I think it's going to take a little bit for the Seattle Sonics. I think honestly, but it's going to be there because of the history. But Las Vegas might take off with this NBA team.
Yeah, my take is similar. I mean, not only do you got the fan base of who you have as locals, or obviously they're going to adopt if they do not have an NBA team, it's automatically adopted. You probably get the rivalry between the Los Angeles teams versus Vegas, Golden State versus Vegas, things like that. But we also got to understand, most planes come out of where? Las Vegas. Most tourists come to Vegas. So you also got tourists coming in and from other countries that are going to probably adopt the team as well, being here, seeing a game, maybe they're, in their younger ages or whatever it may be. And you'll also get the tourism here as well. The other part of it is money. Most money is probably going to flow out here. It's easier to make money here. Easier for them to pack. I mean, you go to a Knights game and they're losing right now, right? They're like they're just it's not great right now, but every game is packed out. Like there's not a seat in there. And what was kind of weird is to go back with what Sarai was saying is she went to the Dallas versus VGK and she said she didn't get the same vibe. You know what I'm saying? So that goes to show you that we don't mess around. They don't mess around here in Las Vegas. They definitely pack the house. They're going to get the money. And I think that's going to be attractive for players as well to be here. It is a risk. A lot of young players do a lot of dumb things. It is a risk being here with all the entertainment and things that you can get into, but it's going to be one of the most attractive places outside of being in California next to a beach, being in Florida, being in New York, in those type of places. But I think Las Vegas will turn it around, being the sports capital of the world.
And I think the other thing too you have to consider is that it's a brand new market. I mean, how exciting is that there is basically right now no limits on how you can market a brand new team that's coming in, from the name to the colors to, things like that. And I do agree with Chosen as well, is that there's big money in Vegas, so big sponsorship deals and then big TV deals when it comes out of Vegas because that's where the money is. So yeah, I have to agree with that as well. I think that's what the exciting part of bringing in a brand new NBA team. It's a brand new market, completely built from the ground up. So it's going to be exciting to see where it goes from the ground up.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Now. Don't get me wrong. I'm just excited to see the Supersonics and see if Gary Payne II goes to play for them, and as well as KD said that he will retire as a Seattle Supersonic as well. So they might be able to put a team together for his maybe his farewell tour. We never know what's going to happen. We will see in the next few years what's going to happen. That would be around the time that KD would retire too. So that would be very interesting, very interesting. But before that, let's oh, what was that?
This segment is brought to you by Number One Sports Fan. Welcome to the lounge.
Whoa, what's that? Keep getting switched around playing
Musical chairs, musical boxes.
Yeah, MVP race. Luka's reigning in LA. Let's shift gears to the MVP talk. Luka Dončić is owning LA and the league right now. If you haven't been watching this man putting up video game numbers, triple doubles like it's clockwork, and the Lakers are now sitting third in the West now. You got other people on the other side. You got SGA also dominating. He's electric. You also got Jokic, who's been putting up some numbers as well. But as of late, it's been a Luka show. And the key difference this season is what? What do you guys think the key difference is this season? Right now, the league might officially be Luka's world, and everyone else is just living in it. Was a quote that was given today. But who do you guys think really has the lock on the MVP race now that Luka's been putting up these crazy numbers? And I know Sarai's gonna say because it's because he broke up with his girl. But what do you guys think it is? What do you think the shifting of the gears is? Who do you think really is gonna lock it up?
I think
go for it.
I think he's had an increase in pace and tempo. I think just his floor execution now is a lot different. Like you mentioned, he's been putting up so many like great shots and making buckets. So I think it's kind of cool. His offensive production is more elite in scoring, playmaking combos. Yeah, and then lately, I mean, recently, the games I've caught for watching the Lakers, he's had a lot of clutch moments. So I think that's super important too. I just think Luka kind of woke up and is ready to play.
I got Jokic. I mean, he's averaging a triple double. Realistically, I mean, the only thing that you got to worry about with Jokic is he going to hit the 65 games. That is actually under. They brought that up today. Had a meeting about it at the NBA Players Association with the commissioner. Like, do we need to reduce it? And one of the big things is because of what happened with Cade Cunningham. Mm-hmm. A collapsed lung because of a player falling on him. And he's sitting at 61 games, and now it looks like he's not going to make the mark to hit the 65. We see certain things like that, but it's to help with this, as you call, load management. Is it a lot of wear and tear on their body? I'm not going to deny that. A lot of physicality, a lot of running, but you got guys that are complaining about hangnails. It's like, dude, you guys are making how much money? And you're crying about having to play a game, and so that's where I think that does need to get under control. Which I know that the commissioner has talked about it when it comes to tanking, and they're supposed to be having a meeting about it this off season because it's affecting the draft, the way the draft is turning out. So that's coming up. So there's a lot of things that are going to be on the table this offseason when it comes to the Players Association and the NBA itself. And the big thing is the 65 game rule and also the anti-taking to try and get rid of that. Start holding people. It's like, look, if you want to rest, I believe you deserve a rest. But no offense, you do rest because you're playing 2 or 3 times a week. Now, the part that I think is the biggest issue is I know you, Chosen, you will have a mindset as a businessman, and it is about the money at the end of the day. Why are we playing a useless in-season tournament? Why are the NBA playoffs? We have to have a play-in, team to play another play-in team. I mean, the NBA playoffs last over 2 months long. That's absolutely absurd. Hockey is not even 6 weeks. Baseball, it's done within 4 weeks. Football, you've got 5 weeks, including the Pro Bowl. I mean, so for over 2 months, and there's something wrong with that. The NBA needs to get that under control, and that's where the load management issue is. But because they're adding these things like, oh, well, if you win the in-season tournament, you win, what is it, I think it's like $1 million bonus or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's $1 million. There are players that are playing for, 600,000. But they need to get that under control because it's affecting fans, and where, yeah, a lot of people do watch the NBA if you're an NBA person. But you have to get certain things, because I'm going to be upset if I'm a fan and like you're a LeBron fan. How upset would you be if you drove from Vegas to LA and LeBron decides, oh, I'm going to go ahead and sit out? You'd be pretty upset, right?
Yeah, but I also understand. Like, I understand how it works. Like, I guess if I'm a guy who don't understand how it works, then yeah, make me pretty upset if I go to see the Lakers play and under the impression that there's a possibility some of the star players are not gonna play today, but I want to see my team win. So
Okay, now let's put it this way. Let's say if you have the opportunity to take your kids and it's their first chance to see LeBron play. I mean, I know I've gotten to see, in the baseball aspect, my goal was to see one pitcher pitch that mattered to me, and that was Nolan Ryan. I got that opportunity, but you get these kids, it's like parents, tickets and things like that are so expensive because of contracts and because of it is a business aspect. Parents are saving up to get their kids, to give them the opportunity to see their favorite players. And because they want to go ahead and say, hey, I need to go ahead and take a day off. I'm like, dude, you play 2 or 3 times a week. You're not playing a full 60 minutes. You're playing 30 minutes, 30, maybe 40. But then it's like, okay, don't play as much the next game. I understand. Yeah, LeBron is older, but you're seeing those things, and that's what's going to affect. And I think that's where the NBA and the NBA Players Association needs to take into consideration. Stop looking at it as much as a business, but start looking also as in the fans aspect, because you're going to start losing fans, because that's where greed is starting to take over. So I think things do need to change when it comes to the MVP race. And I think that's going to get affected this offseason. Apologize about going kind of off into left field, but
Wait.
it all coincides.
I forgot I was like driving my kids to a basketball game. Where we going with this?
But my thing, like I said,
I'm like, so I understand Jokic, yeah, could be in the competition.
but do
Gianni,
you guys think a person should
Tatum, but I don't think they have Luka's momentum right now. Like
Yeah.
they are dominant players, but I think in the race, if you do like those little like watered up games at the fair, like, and you're squirting it in like the little clowns, I think Luka's like way above. I think his momentum is just different.
I mean,
And it's at the right time too, which is crazy.
Mhm.
It's at the right freaking time.
So you think it's a more impressive to, when you look at MVP stats, to toss up a 40-point game, a 60-point game, things like that, or average an entire season as a triple-double?
But here's the catch, though. I love this because there's multiple conversations. I've had multiple conversations with other guys about this. The interesting part about that is even though he's averaging, let's say, a triple double the entire season, he's losing games, right? It's the same concept as Jordan scoring 60 in the 80s and they still losing games. Luka, every time
He has
he's
a better
scoring,
record than Luka. Just saying.
every time that Luka scored 30 plus points a game, they have won that game. They have won.
But it's a team
And
effort.
blowing out teams, right? And then they just lost. I know they just lost to Detroit by 3. But they were on a 9-game win streak. 9 games. And Luka was over 36 points a game. There was some games he scored 50. There's some games he scored 42. There's some games he scored 36. And we're not talking about we're not even talking about rebounds, assists, and everything else. And his supporting cast is playing even better, right? So then next in line is AR-15 and so on and so forth. So he's carrying the load of that team. And what is it, MVP? The most valuable player. Who is the most valuable player on that Laker team right now? It's Luka. In that
okay, I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
But
Jokic I don't think is the most valuable player, because when he wasn't on the court, they still was winning.
Okay, but if you take Luka off the Lakers team, do the Lakers still make the playoffs?
No.
They might.
They'll probably make a play-in, but they won't. They won't be in third place. They won't be looking at the Spurs and say, "We ain't afraid of you, and I'm not afraid of you, OKC. We could take both of you all out right now." I think they eyeing both of them, and both of them could be scared. And the fact that the Spurs are so young and inexperienced that they could really take them boys out. I think that they really can. They're going to face them before they face OKC. And I think they're going to take them out. And the Western Conference Finals is going to be the Lakers and it's going to be OKC. And that game is going to be everything. It's going to be nuts. Mark my words right here today, the 25th, Wednesday, hump day, when it's Sports Lounge Media. I'm telling you right now, Luka is the most valuable. Luka is the most valuable player on that team. And, I respect to Wemby, love what they're doing, but they're young. They're going to be around for a long time. Luka has carried his team on his back before when he was in Dallas. He's carrying this team now, but it's even better. This team is even better than the Mavericks team.
I agree with that. I mean, he should.
You have Marcus Smart coming off of the bench. You hear what I'm saying?
He has a more stacked team, is what you're saying.
He has role players that is not gonna. It just the boy is doing it. Shout out to Luka and what he's doing over there. Shout out to Wemby too. Shout out to Jokic and what he's doing. I don't like his game, but shout out to SGA. Like his middies get me like. So
What about Giannis and Tatum? Could they be in that conversation or no?
Tatum, no, doesn't have enough game.
Nah, no way.
If the games didn't matter, if the 65 rule didn't matter.
I don't even think about what ifs.
There's not enough. He had 2 good games and that was it.
Yeah, I have to take out what ifs automatically. I don't use what ifs.
Jaylen Brown, although I think he deserves in the top 10 conversation or even the top 8, maybe 7, because he did take that team from dead last to 3rd place and now 2nd place in the Eastern Conference by himself. But now that Tatum's on the team, kind of takes away from that. So you have a good point there. But right now I think it's the Luka show, to be honest. I think the numbers don't lie. I think the way that he's playing, the way that I feel like I think you said it best. He woke up and figured it out. Look, I could do this at any minute, and I can trust my boys. See, the other thing that you noticed when he was on the Mavericks, I don't think he really trusted them. I think it was all on him. He felt like it's all on me or nothing. Because every time I pass this damn ball, every time you know what I'm saying, that I'm trying to, pick and roll or, it just doesn't work. And now he has the defense behind him. They're playing better defense. He has 2 other reliable sources to bail him out in certain situations when they do double him and keep him in rhythm. The game of basketball is all about rhythm and momentum. And the fact that if I'm getting doubled and I can ship it off to AR or LeBron James, and then they can get it back to me because they might get doubled, and I can knock down this three right now, is it's way more valuable than throwing it to whoever the hell he was throwing it to outside of outside of Kyrie, the year that they played. You know, it's different for him, and so he's able to find his own and be in his own. And you see, my third point is this: he's having fun for the first time, I think, in a long time. Maybe it's because he's that breakup. He feels free. Maybe it's because he's playing good basketball. I don't know. Maybe it's because he had a Dodger dog the other day. I really don't know what it is. But what I do know is he's having fun for the first time, and you can see it on his face.
Now, what about guys like Maxey?
You know, Maxey's a good he's a good player with him and VJ. Him and VJ, they've been really in sync together. Like, I like the way that they've been playing together. Now, when you add Embiid to that, kind of defeats like some things. Can we throw a little recognition? I think we're gonna throw a little recognition. No, we won't be able to, not in this segment. But can we throw a little recognition to the Atlanta Hawks and what they doing now? They got Buddy Hield over there, that Kuminga and all them. They on how many games have they won in a row? Can you look that up? I think it's 12 games.
3 games.
3-game win streak? What was it before that? I know it was like there was a big
11.
11.
Yeah, they're 9-1 right now in the last 10. There's actually quite a few teams that are 9-1 in the last 10.
Crazy. I never would have thought that from the Hawks. Never in a million years would have thought that. Shout out to the Atlanta Hawks. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's Buddy Hield being funny and having fun and Kuminga, but they playing good basketball. But shout out to the Atlanta Hawks for that. That was crazy. And the fact that they probably was pissed. They played even better because of the fact that, you know, they didn't have Magic City. That Magic City night was canceled. I don't know what it is, but
I told y'all.
Shout out to them. Shout out to them. But anyways, shall we move on? Let's move on a little bit.
Yeah, so introducing our Sports Lounge Media Pet of the Week, we have Stuart here. Stuart is a 7-week-old kitten that came to us. It is available for foster to adopt. It is a male tuxedo kitty is what it's called. If you are ever interested in adopting a dog or a cat, feel free to scan that QR code, or you can always visit heartsandhousrescue.org. It'll take you straight to the website. A little bit about Hearts and House. Hearts and House Rescue is a 501c animal rescue nonprofit organization based out of Texas. It's basically an organization with a labor of love, fully powered by passionate volunteers. Like I mentioned, if you ever want to even make a donation, it is tax deductible. You can always visit their website to make that donation, or you can also go to their Amazon wish list. Each dog and cat have a Amazon wish list. So feel free to fulfill those little dreams for those little animals. Again, visit the website heartsandhouserescue.org and see Stuart from Hearts and Meows.
Little Stewie. What's going on, little Stewie with this tuxedo?
It's just kind of weird to have a cat named Stewie.
It's a tuxedo kitty because it's, you know, the black and the white.
I get it.
I just think it's weird because when I think of the name of Stuart, I'm thinking of a mouse.
Stuart Little.
Exactly.
He is quite small, so it's 7 weeks, so it's a little kitty.
Yeah.
And it
go ahead and check them out. If you're on the replay, go ahead and scan that QR code. If you're not, you can visit them at heartsandhouse.com. Also visit us at www.sportsloungemedia.com. And we do have a QR code. We're not going to throw it up today, but you can check us out at www.sportsloungemedia.com. There's so much going on that webpage right now. So many blogs are going out. Mark just wrote one today about opening night. He has a reel coming out tomorrow. You guys check that out. Grand Slam Lounge is coming out full force. Check him out. Give him some love by giving him a like. Go ahead and subscribe. Sorry, guys. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and share. Tell all your friends, and also give him a hug if you see him at City Hall or wherever he's at. Anyways, we're gonna move on. We're gonna skip over this one. We're gonna go straight into it just to finish off the show. But put it in the chat below. Who do you guys think is the rookie of the year? I want to talk to the chat real quick. I want to see all the names. Put it in the chat. Let's go crazy in the chat on who you guys see in that rookie of the year. And then we will talk about it next week. We'll see all the names that are piled up. We'll compile all of that with the whoever posted it. And what we'll do is we'll just hand draw and think if we think that person is one of the ones that we like, we will pick from it and we'll talk about it and you'll be highlighted on our show. So let's do that, guys. Rookie of the year, put it in the chat below when you see this on the replay or even if you're seeing it now, so we have it on file. Make sure that you are plugged in. But in our final segment of today in the Sports Lounge Media world, we are going to talk about who will win it all. And now the big question is who really is built for June? Again, out in the West, LA is looking tough. Both squads, Luka's Lakers are the favorites right now, and the Nuggets are lurking. Along with in the top spots, you have the Spurs and you have the OKC Thunder. Out in the East, you still got Boston over there. You also got Detroit. Do you know when Kate Cunningham is coming back, Mark?
He's going to be evaluated within the next couple of weeks, but they're speculating he's going to end up missing the remainder of the regular season.
Yeah, we knew the remainder of the season. I just want to know if he was going to come back for playoffs.
No, he'll be back they're saying he'll be back for playoffs, like I said, but he's going to have the evaluation here in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because another one that's actually out for this season, they announced it today, was Ja Morant is out for the season.
Yeah, it's not going to matter. They ain't going to go nowhere anyway. But anyway, yeah, the reason why I asked Mark is because he is a Detroit Pistons fan. He was a Celtics fan, but he's now a Detroit Pistons fan. Just like when you see in our NFL show, he's a Packers fan, but he's also a Detroit Lions fan. And if you watch his baseball, he's also a Detroit Tigers fan, but also Atlanta Braves. We just don't know what Mark's going to pick. Whatever team is winning, he's.
I knew he was a Giants fan. I was confused.
Yeah, but we do know he's a Tennessee Volunteer fan. That we do know. He set on that, as you can see behind him. We set on that, so we don't have to worry about that. But everything else is up for, I guess, debate and discussion. But we'll talk about that later. Anyways, in the East, those are the teams that we have. Also, don't forget about Miami's, Miami Heat and their experience in the playoffs, and what they're doing. You also can talk a little bit about, New York, what they have going on. So those are some of the teams that we have. But my final question to y'all is, who do you have coming out of the East, and who do you have coming out of the West? We'll start with Mark.
No, we'll start with Farai.
We want to know if you're going to pick Detroit or you're going to pick the Celtics.
No,
Detroit.
I think it's going to be Detroit and Boston in the Eastern Conference.
Well, who's coming out? Who's going to win that game?
Whoever wins most, that has the best record in the series. That's who's going to win it. You're going to have to wait and see.
Oh, okay. And that's the team who you're
stats guy and numbers guy.
And who's going to come out from the West side?
I actually think you're going to see in the Western Conference Finals, it's going to be the Spurs and the Nuggets. Then
who's coming out of that one?
I think the experience is going to affect that one. And to be honest, I think you're going to see. To be honest, it's probably going to be Denver and Boston is who I think.
Okay. So, all right, who do you got?
Eastern, as of right now, probably Celtics. And then Western Conference, we're either looking at, I would probably say Lakers, because I'm a Lake Show fan now. No, I do really like what they're doing right now. I think
this fan, and then she was this fan, and then
I chose it last week.
I've
chosen last week. I've been very transparent about
my West Coast bird. This is my East Coast bird.
I've been very transparent with the NBA that I am a Players fan, but for the remaining season for the pod, I decided I would be a Lake Show fan.
Interesting. Same thing with Duke. This is the same thing we do, Mark Demanding. Till they lose.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could be the Lakers, or I think it could be the Spurs.
Speaking of March, real quick, I mean, so you think Lakers or the Spurs? But you got to choose which one.
I just said the Lakers. I said, but the Spurs could also do it if the Lakers don't win.
One. That's not choosing one. That's the same
I
concept. I
just
said
chose
Boston
one:
or Detroit,
Celtics,
but at the end, I chose 18.
Celtics, and the Lakers.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm gonna ride with the I'm gonna ride with from the East side. I'm gonna ride with the Celtics or the Knicks. If I had to choose one, it's gonna have to be the Knicks in 7. Simply because we don't know what we're gonna get from Tatum, him coming back and like their big situation could be the biggest factor in that game. I think that New York has the bigs to. I mean, them getting rid of Al Horford and Porzingis kind of it hurt them a little bit. And so, where are they going to get their production in the paint? And so, with that being said, I'm gonna ride with the Knicks, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Celtics made it to the finals either. On the opposite side, Spurs or Lakers too. Spurs are inexperienced. I don't see OKC doing it this year. Spurs are everybody's beating them. I think that they found out how to beat OKC, and I think OKC in 7-game spread, you have to win 4. I think that the Spurs can beat them or the Lakers can beat them. So, but if I had to ride with the experience, and if it's the big if the Lakers can continue doing what they're doing and playing carefree basketball, having fun, and just doing exactly what they need to do to win games, and the fact that LeBron took the high road and was able to be like, look, I'll be third option. And him able to do that and allow AR and Luka kind of, take the ship and him just contribute and still put up numbers has been very, very interesting and been very, very cool to watch, and to even put up that kind of production at 41 years old is crazy. So if they can continue that with that experience, I think that they'll end up there and potentially win the chip.
We heard Duke earlier, so real quick, obviously it's kind of off topic.
Boozer.
Stop it. He's like on
So-
every commercial.
Who will remain?
What?
His head was better.
Mm.
Better.
Oh my God.
I agree, Mark.
Carlos Boozer. My question is this: Who do you guys got going in the championship for March Madness?
Let me go back.
Houston's winning it all.
No, they're not. Let's see.
Houston's
I
gonna
got Arizona.
Mark my words.
I got Arizona and Houston.
Arizona, Houston, and in the Natty.
That's who I have.
Yeah, Arizona and Houston.
Look at us being twins.
Because I mean, if you think about it, Duke probably gonna lose to St. John. Michigan's gonna beat UConn, so UConn may not be a factor anymore. I got Iowa beating Nebraska, and then Houston is gonna have an easy game against Iowa, which is gonna set them up to play against probably Michigan. And then Houston's they have an easier road. They just have an easy road to get to the final. Harder road is Arizona is gonna have to play against probably Purdue, and then they're gonna have to play against Michigan to get there.
I think
harder road.
Well, dang, no respect for Tennessee whatsoever.
None whatsoever. No, not in.
You're lucky. You're lucky I chose them this last time on my bracket.
Hey, but I'm just saying, y'all kept saying, "Oh no, Tennessee, no."
I did not. In the group chat, I said I had chosen your Tennessee Volunteers. Mark, by the way, can you answer me this question? What is your mascot? Like, what's a volunteer?
If you don't know,
I actually had them winning in the first round. By the way, I had them winning. I just didn't.
I did too. I told you that in the group chat. But what?
And I just
what is the mascot?
Volunteer is what it is.
What is it? A moose?
It's when you put on when you go to church and you put on the little thing and it says "My name is" and you put your name on it. That's a
No,
volunteer.
no, not Slim Shady. No, volunteer. Okay. Long story short,
Ah, damn it! You open up Grandpa's book, Sarai. Why do you do that, Sarai? Why you open up Grandpa's book? Oh,
Tell
damn!
me the story in 3 sentences. 3 sentences only. Go.
Mexican American War needed people. They asked for 100 people. They ended up sending 10,000 troops from Tennessee. That is where the name volunteers come from. So 10,000 troops volunteered to fight
Oh,
in the
you're
Mexican
done.
War.
3 sentences.
So there's your answer. And just so you know, that was during the Mexican American War. So you should know your history. Come on, learn.
Oh, dang!
I don't know that history. Sorry.
You should learn.
I was
Educate
never good
yourself.
at history. I prefer geography.
Wow, that's
I'm gonna
wild.
leave. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Yeah. Well, in the women's side, I'm still perfect. So
Who do you got in the women's?
I sent it on the group chat. Let's see.
I didn't even pay attention to it.
Smokey is your mascot. Is this your mascot?
That's the dog.
Oh, it's a
That's
dog.
what I'm asking you. I was
No,
Oh, what's
the
it?
dog.
Grandpa told us a whole story. And
This is your mascot. All you gotta say was it belonged to Hearts and House, and now it's a
he's chipped. He's chipped. He belongs to Tennessee. Yeah. Thank you for the donation from the Tennessee. Now he's the volunteer.
now you need to donate to Hearts and House because you know.
So Smokey is not the official mascot. The volunteer is. Smokey was the dog that they used for hunting.
What about Davy Crockett?
That's the volunteer. That's the actual mascot.
Oh, Davy
Oh,
Crockett.
this is your this is your
Oh,
mascot.
please don't tell me that's him with the ducktail. Please don't tell me that's him with
It's
the
coon
mullet.
hat.
The raccoon.
Definitely not cheering for this
That
in
is
the
not-
Final Four.
This is not. Yeah, that they not going. I'm sorry, brother. They not going. They might have won a war, but they ain't winning this.
Bro,
They ain't winning this
how
one.
can you defend this?
It's him. Yeah, it's not happening, bro. Sorry. He out. He out.
He looked like Rowdy from
Yeah, this dude showed up with a raccoon hat. Yeah, he ain't making it that far.
Wow. And he holding a squirrel? What? Why are you holding a squirrel like that?
And
That's not the actual mascot.
he's eating squirrel. Yeah,
You ain't never had squirrel? You
Y'all
should-
should have stuck with Smokey. He cute. Look, I could have said y'all going to the Final Four with Smokey.
Yeah, I could have been like, Smokey could do some things, and then you put a dude with a raccoon hat. I was like, oh,
You put up Davy Crockett. I was like,
maybe Davy Crockett.
yeah, let me go fix my bracket right now.
He damn near close to Christopher Columbus. All right, let's move on.
The Mexican
On the
American
women's
War
side,
was-
on the women's side, I had UConn beating NC Tar Heels, and then UConn going, and then Notre Dame beating or Notre Dame losing to Vandy, and then UConn beating Vandy, and then the opposite side skip through it all. UCLA winning that. I got Texas beating winning that side, and then I also have TCU. What's crazy is I had TCU beating South Carolina, and then TCU versus UConn, and UCLA versus Texas. I got Texas winning and UConn winning and Texas winning it all.
I got Michigan winning it all.
But it's been interesting. What was her name? Fudd? I think her name is Fudd. From UConn. Paige. What's Paige's last name? From last year.
Buckers?
Yeah, Cage Buckers' supposed girlfriend or friend or whatever, best friend. She's been playing out of. Yeah, she's been playing out of her mind.
Oh, you're talking about Ozzie Fudd.
Yeah, I think she scored 30 in one half and they took her out. In this last game they played Syracuse, it was like 30 something to 12 in the half. Like 38 to 12 or something in the first half. I forgot what it was, but it was something crazy. And then or 50 something to 12. And they took her out. She scored. It was crazy. Anyways, that's what I got. we went a little bit over and talking about things that didn't really yeah. So moving on to the end of our show. Thank you guys. I just want to shout out to all of our fans, all of our people, all of the people who've been supporting us thus so far. Thank you so much. We do this for you, and we appreciate it for being a part of the Sports Lounge Media fan. We need to come up with a name for our community. I think SLM fam or something. We'll come up with something cool. You can put that in the chat too. Maybe we'll come up with some names. But thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you for all of our sponsors and our future sponsors. We have a couple of sponsors here in Las Vegas that want to sponsor us as well. You're going to see some videos that might be coming out this following week. And I'm excited that one of the companies is viral on TikTok, and I'm excited to announce that next week. But we got a lot of momentum going, yeah. So that's our lineup for tonight. Sports Lounge Media, Vegas and Seattle changing the map. Luka owning the momentum. Rookies running wild, and the title race is heating up just in time for spring. Make sure you follow us on all across the platforms at Sports Lounge Media, sportsloungemedia.com. Hit that subscribe button. Drop your predictions in the comments. Tell us who your MVP and your rookie of the years are. I am the chosen one with my co-hosts Mark Sarai, reminding you that the game never sleeps, nor do we. This is Sports Lounge Media, and again, thank you guys so much for signing out. Welcome to the lounge.
This segment is brought to you by Brian Martino Construction. Welcome to the lounge.
Sports Lounge Media. Where fire meets the mic. Say what you mean, cause we don't do polite. Welcome to the lounge.